So another direct has come and gone with no sign of Tomodachi Life getting a sequel or a remaster. And this is when that feeling of hope starts to fade for some people. But I'm here to tell you that this is the exact opposite of what you should be feeling right now, and let me tell you why. Look, it's no secret that Nintendo likes, well, secrets. Nintendo often holds many games close till they are ready to reveal. Sometimes they give us announcements a year ahead of time, and sometimes they shadow drop stuff on those. In the February Direct, they gave us Metroid Prime Remastered that shadow dropped that day. In this June Direct, they gave us remasters of Pikmin 1 and 2 as shadow drop. No prior announcement, just announced in the Direct, ready to download after you finish watching the Direct. This is the Nintendo we are working with here. So let's not focus too much on Nintendo's fickleness for a moment and just look at Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life was the first in its game series to get a worldwide release. Its predecessor, Tomodachi Collection, was a Japanese exclusive. But in Japan, it hit #1 selling game for a time, and in 2009 hit the 4th best-selling game in all of Japan, and sold millions of units in its lifetime. Obviously, as we know, that success led to it getting a sequel, Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life launched in 2013 in Japan and 2014 worldwide, and did phenomenally well. By the end of the 3DS's lifespan, Tomodachi Life had sold 6.72 million units, hitting 11th place for the best-selling Nintendo 3DS game, putting it above games like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, and Nintendogs Plus Cats. This game was an absolute hit, and it was beloved by the fanbase then and still is today. With the success of Tomodachi Life, it is silly to say that Nintendo won't ever do anything more with such a successful game series. Nintendo is a huge gaming company, and I mean huge. But you don't get to be a huge gaming company without strongly leaning on one's own IPs to drive growth. In fact, Nintendo's fans love them most for their Mario, Zelda, Mii's, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, all the huge game series and characters that they have put so much time and passion into developing. Nintendo's classic go-to is making sequels for the game series, as well as spin-offs and remakes and remasters. All of this nostalgia and growing love of the game series is what keeps Nintendo as such a top player in the industry. So it's safe to say Nintendo has a love for the remasters and sequels, and the June Direct has further proven that. There were huge remakes of Pikmin 1 and 2 announced, as well as Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which happens to be right behind Tomodachi Life in sales. We also saw the long-awaited sequel to Detective Pikachu, with the last game having come out for the 3DS in early 2018, worldwide 5 years ago, 7 years ago if you're in Japan. Nintendo continues the trend of loving remakes, remasters, and sequels, clearly for 3DS games as well, seeing as 2 of the games I just mentioned were originally 3DS games. This would of course lead us to have high hopes that such a success as Tomodachi Life would eventually see its turn as well. If we look at Tomodachi Collection to Tomodachi Life, we see that in this game series, a sequel is really much of the same, but with some newly added locations and features. So really, a sequel is what we would be expecting, as a remaster would be so similar to a sequel for this game series that it wouldn't really be worth making it marketing-wise, and sequels tend to take more time than making remasters or remakes in most cases. I'm sure that our time will come, and we just must be patient for that time. I found a website discussing development times for big AAA games, which is what we are discussing when we talk about Nintendo's IPs such as Tomodachi Life. This article says it usually takes 3 to 5 years to develop a AAA game. Now of course this isn't every case, but in general, a good time frame to go by. After all, that's how long it takes to develop a game, not how long we go in between games. Many of us Animal Crossing fans know the wait for New Horizons was unbearable, and discussing the game back before it released was actually where this channel got its start, as back then talking about the next Animal Crossing game made the wait easier, and now here I am talking about the next Tomodachi game to make the wait easier. However, we are not alone. Many games have long waits till their next game comes out. Pikmin fans had to wait 10 full years for their new game, and fans of Pokemon Snap waited over 20 full years for a remaster. We will get our next Tomodachi game. Waiting as long as we have is unfortunately just part of the gamer struggle sometimes. In fact, that wait has really excited the community. Tomodachi Life has gotten a second win lately, with more direct live stream Tomodachi Life shoutouts than ever, more YouTube videos that was trending on Twitter, increases in the searches, and nearly 30,000 signatures on our petition. By the way, it'll be linked below for you to sign if you haven't already. So, will we see Tomodachi Life sequel make its way on the Nintendo Switch? It's very possible. Nintendo hasn't slowed down on the Switch yet, with Nintendo having announced both a brand new Peach game and a remaster of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon coming 2024 in a direct that was said to be focused on later half of 2023 games. It appears Nintendo is trying to calm down the masses who keep insisting the Switch is almost over by saying, hey, we still have big games planned for 2024. This gives us more hope for a Tomodachi game for the Nintendo Switch in 2024, if they plan to release games, and big games too, for the next year. We still have the opportunity awaiting us of the September Direct. Nintendo always has a big September Direct to hype up the holidays and finish out their year strong while also exciting people for the next year of their system. If they show off a great 2024 lineup in late 2023, they can get more system sales for the holidays, boosting their performance for the next year. Announcing a Tomodachi Life game then could be a big part of that plan. Even if the game isn't ready for a reveal then, 2024 presents even more opportunities for us in a February, June, or September Direct that year. What I mean by all of this is, we still have many opportunities ahead of us, so now is no time to give up hope. Yet again, maybe I'm wrong. I am human. Maybe Tomodachi Life sequel was never meant for the Nintendo Switch. Let's look at a little something I have pointed out many times before, but here's a little refresher. Nintendo's EPD Production Group No. 7 is a development team within Nintendo, the ones responsible for both Tomodachi games in the past, and they haven't had a public project since 2021. Grezzo, a developing company that works very closely with Nintendo, published Miitopia, the only full Mii game on the Nintendo Switch, that also happens to be a remaster of the 3DS game that happens to also be a spin-off of the Tomodachi game series, and hasn't had a public project since its release in 2021. Either one of these developers, or both of them jointly, could be in the process of developing the next Tomodachi game. Now, if we take what we had said before about AAA games taking 3 to 5 years to develop and apply that to development beginning in 2021, we could expect to see the next Tomodachi game anytime between 2024 to 2026, which could mean a release next year in that lineup, or possibly that they could be working on the game to release on Nintendo's next system. Nintendo did announce no new system for this fiscal year, but that ends in March of 2024. And yes, Nintendo announced 2024 games already, but could that be to distract us so we never see the next system announcement coming? Even though many people are predicting 2024 to be the year the next system gets announced. Of course, this is all speculation. As I always say, we know nothing till Nintendo themselves announces it. But this is just some food for thought for you to consider. The death of the Switch may actually be good news for Tomodachi, because the system that rises from the ashes of the amazing Switch like a phoenix may be twice as amazing, and even more so if it's the one that gets the long-awaited Tomodachi Life sequel. Hello, Shadow. A little shout out to my little foster kittens, my 3 little babies that I ended up adopting. I love them all so much I couldn't give them up. So now I have 5 cats. Call me a crazy cat lady. Well, that's all I have to share with you all today. I hope I gave at least some of the people who kindly clicked on this video more hope for the future of the game series. And below, I would love to hear your predictions. When do you think Tomodachi Life will get its sequel? And do you think it will be for the Nintendo Switch or for the next system? Thank you all for joining me today. Love you all. Bye! Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoy Animal Crossing, Tomodachi Life, and cozy Nintendo gaming in general, consider subscribing to join the family. And if you liked today's video, gently tap that like button so YouTube likes me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Love you all! Bye!